Tom Nelson, Pro Guide Outdoors here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the proper installation of a Canon downrigger. First thing we want to consider is setting ourselves up a workstation. I mean, if you're going to put a vise on a workbench, hey, you want to put that someplace where it's going to be easy to use and make your job easier. Our job here is setting up a fishing workstation with the Canon downrigger. So let's go to work. So basically, we've got a nice big gunnel to work with here, and we want to be able to stand parallel with the downrigger and still have enough room aft to get to the gear. The boat will be moving forward, our gear is going to be moving aft. So we want to mount this up so we got a place to work. Not so far up though that it could interfere with the kicker on a turn, but definitely far enough forward where we can step back, retrieve our gear, and still be able to net and play a fish back here. So I'm thinking a boom length up from the gunnel is going to be about the right spot. All right, I've located a position by feel more than by tape measure where I would like this downrigger to be placed. We've got a nice piece of non-skid right here, and it's striped out just nice. And so we've got a great place to locate this rigger right about here, okay? So we're going to line it up with the end of this tape, and here's where we're going to put our swivel base, and that's going to determine the location of our downrigger. Before drilling any holes in the boat, make sure you check underneath it. We don't want to shoot through any wires or anything vital in the boat, so we're just going to reach down here and feel. And we've got a nice clear location right here, so we're just going to go ahead and shoot our holes right there. All Canon mounting hardware is 1/4 inch. It's all 1/4 by 20. So if you get yourself some extra hardware that's 1/4 20, you're going to be right in the money. 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay, I use the downrigger swivel base as its own template. It's built out of stainless. The ones that come with the unit are actually Lexan, very, very tough plastic. So here we go. We got her lined up, and we are going to punch the first hole. Get her started. We got a nice start right there. Just continue right through. There's hole number 1 in a brand new boat. We will go ahead and put our fastener in this one to keep a location for the subsequent holes, and pretty soon we're going to have a downrigger on the gunnel. So we got the first one in. We get the rest of our locations down. That one looks marked and in the center. That one's marked pretty good. Okay, so we're going to drop in number 2. Look at that, a perfect fit. Drop in number 3. So now we're going to shoot our 4th hole. There's a lot to be said for using the swivel base as its own drilling template. You are always going to have perfect holes. So there we go, there's our 4 holes, and we are ready to add some fasteners to that now. So I'm using flats and nylox, and it will be game over. All right, now the next step of our install, now that we've got our swivel base located and fastened all down, is to apply the downrigger mount to the top of the swivel base. All right, we get our downrigger mount base to put on top of the swivel base, locate it. We're gonna drop in our 4 stainless bolts. And we're going to shoot each one of these in. All right, and there we go. There's the next step of our install. Now you see we are all swivel base, mini lock positions. It'll stop just about anywhere you want to. There we go. All right, time to put a downrigger on. So we get our downrigger out of the box, and it's time to pull some pieces out. Your boom comes in a box like that. We'll assemble that. And the rest of the downrigger slides right on out. And that, my friends, that's a brand new Canon Digitrol 10, about ready to become part of a serious fishing machine. Okay, we get our downrigger out of our box. Now it's time to go ahead and just slide it right on the mount. It's a nice stable place to work from now to get the rest of the downrigger assembled and ready to use. Screws right on the base, and that is staying on there. Once you open up that brand new Cannon downrigger box, you're going to see a hardware bag. Many vital parts in here, so be careful when you open it. Comes with 2 releases, which we'll talk about in subsequent videos. The boom end, which we'll install on the end of our boom, and another set of mounting hardware and a cable terminator. So let's talk about putting this boom together. When you get the boom out of the box, you'll notice a zip tie on the end of it and a nice unpainted end. The unpainted end will go in the downrigger, and we'll take that clip off and install our boom end. Before we mount the downrigger boom onto the downrigger, we put our ball hook on. The ball hook also acts as a fair lead to keep the wire in the middle of the spool. We get 3 pieces to this assembly right here. We have the actual ball hook. We have a 1/4 inch nut. And then we have the ball hook collar. We'll just start assembling that. Now, we're going to slide the collar up the downrigger boom. We're going to tighten the hook just to the point where it contacts the boom, okay? And then we're going to go back and just put this lock nut on there. So the unpainted end is going to go into the downrigger, but first we have to telescope the boom to clear this hole, which I just did. I pulled the downrigger boom out a little bit, keeping an eye on where that hole is. Slide it right in the downrigger and watch the hole show up. And there it is. From your hardware bag, you'll notice that most of the screws have large mushroom heads on it. We want the smaller head screw for our boom screw. It fits right in the end and into the molding. Protrudes out the other side right here, and then the downrigger itself is molded. Tighten that right up, and you notice that molding makes it so handy you don't even need a wrench to tighten that sucker up. We're at the business end of our boom. We're going to put our ball hook. You notice on a brand new rigger we've got a little zip tie right here that locates the hole. It also keeps that boom from slipping inside its telescoping partner right there. So we're just going to pull it out, lock it there for a second, and get the boom. So here we go. Adios. There's our self-tapper. Here's our boom end, and you notice it's drilled in 2 locations. In the STX series, only one of these locations will be used. Flipping right in there, watching that hole locate right there, and that's where we're going to put our screw. There we go. Now just tighten it right up. Brand new, out of the box, the wire comes with a rubber band. And so I take that rubber band, it's easy to grab. We're going to take and feel for that rubber band down here, drop it to my other finger, and just pull that wire out right there. At this point, the rubber band has done its job, and that is a spooled, rigged, and ready to run downrigger right there. At Cannon, before we ever talk about our downriggers, we listen to the people that use them every day. We engineer our downriggers to run faster, longer, and more accurately. And we do it to make you a better fisherman. We've re-engineered every aspect of our electric downriggers to help you get your gear in a strike zone and keep it there. We have the same passion that puts you on the water day after day, and at Cannon, it runs deep. Introducing Cannon Edge Design, a reinvention of downrigging. Get your Cannon Edge at CannonDownriggers.com.